Good morning, children. So the next topic we are going to study is equations of motion. This I'll be teaching you from the book only, and you can just read from your book again. So can you see these three equations? V is equal to u plus at, s is equal to ut plus half at square, and v square is equal to u square plus 2as. These three equations are known as the equations of motion. Okay, and these three equations give you the relationship between the initial velocity, final velocity, acceleration, time, and distance traveled. Okay, so distance traveled is denoted by s, u denotes the initial velocity, v the final velocity, and a the acceleration, and small t is time. So you cannot change the notations, these are fixed. You have to remember the notations, and all of them are denoted by small letters. Only s can be capital or small both. Okay, so you have to practice the derivation also. There are two methods. First is the graphical one, and the other is the normal method of derivation. Okay, so first we will the graphical one I'll tell you later on, after this one. So let us see. So the first equation is v is equal to u plus at. We have to derive it. So you know the definition of acceleration. Acceleration is equal to rate of change of velocity, or change in velocity upon time. So change in velocity is final velocity minus initial velocity upon time. Final velocity is denoted by v, initial velocity by u. Put the values, and we have to make just rearrange them. Okay, take t over there, at is equal to this, and v is equal to u plus at. This gives us the first equation of motion, right? Then another one is this is second one is s is equal to ut plus half at square. So s is the distance traveled. Distance traveled is given as the average velocity multiplied by time. And if you know the initial velocity, while deriving these things, you have to suppose that you are given v, u, t, and s, a. Okay, so while you are deriving s is equal to ut plus half at square, so here you are given s, u, t, and a. Okay, so here average velocity is equal to u plus v upon 2. So put the values over here. So I told you that here, see, we are deriving the equation s is equal to ut plus half at square, right? So v is not given in this equation. That means we have to eliminate v from here. Okay, we don't want v over here. So what can you put instead of v? You already know now that v is equal to u plus at. So you can simply put this value over here. Instead of v, we will put u plus at. Okay, then solve it and just rearrange it, and you will get this equation. Okay, again the next equation is v square is equal to u square plus 2as, the third one. This we have to derive now. Now see here, t is not there. That means we have to eliminate t from here. So s is equal to u plus v upon 2 into t, and we have to remove t from here. So from this equation you can get t is equal to v minus u upon a. Put this value over here and solve it. You will get v square is equal to u square plus 2as. So these are the derivations of these three equations, and these are very simple. You just listen to what I have told you, just the instructions that I have told you. Take a paper and pen and try doing it yourself. You will yourself get the correct equations. Okay, then there are some special cases, like when the body is starting from rest, you have to take u is equal to 0. So they have put u is equal to 0 in all the three equations, and this comes out. These are the special cases. You have to know it. You don't have to learn everything. You just need to learn the three basic equations that I told you. Okay, and the next thing, when retardation is given, that means negative acceleration. Okay, then instead of a we will put minus a, so the equations change like this. But you don't need to learn all of these, you just have to learn the three basic equations that I told you in the starting, right? So next method is the graphical one. So this is a velocity time graph of a body that has initial velocity u and it is moving with a constant acceleration. If you remember, we have already studied the velocity time graph. So when the acceleration is constant, we give it a constant slope over here. Okay, this type of a graph is made, and final velocity of this body is v. Okay, initial velocity is u, final velocity v. Okay, so the final point is this one, and the velocity corresponding to this will be v. How do you calculate acceleration from a velocity time graph? By calculating its slope. Okay, so see, the other method that I told you, there we went with the definition, and here we will see how acceleration is calculated from the graph. So from graph, acceleration is equal to slope of this line. Slope means BE upon AE, right? And BE, this distance will be equal to this whole thing minus this thing. This whole thing is equal to V, right? And this smaller one is equal to U. So V minus U upon AE. AE, this thing is equal to T. So V minus U upon T, just rearrange it and you'll get the answer. Then distance S traveled in time T. Distance, if you remember, distance, how do we calculate distance from the velocity time graph? By calculating the area of just beneath the sketch and just above the x-axis. Okay, the area between the x-axis and the line, that gives us the distance. So area of the trapezium OABD will give us the distance traveled, right? So how will you calculate it? You can calculate it by breaking this figure: area of triangle ABE plus area of OAED. Okay, so OAED, OA into OD plus half height into base, right? So putting these values, you will get this. Again, the next one, distance traveled, is again calculated by area of the trapezium OABD. So you just put the formula over here and you can get it. See here again, you can remember, understand over here that in order to see here you need to put a in AT instead of V minus U, right? Because we do not want to have V here, no? We want to eliminate V. So we had to put V minus U is equal to AT, right? And here we do not, what do we not want? We don't want T. Okay, so instead of T they have put V minus U upon A, right? So you just need to practice these things, and derivations you need to know. So just go through, just listen to the lecture once, go through the topic from your book and do it yourself, and this will be very much clear to you all. Okay, that's all for this topic. Bye children.